What's up, guys? Welcome to Geek Done Right, the show where I talk about whatever it is I feel like. I'm Chris. Thanks for coming to geek out with me. So, recently I got to have a conversation with my buddy Carnell Holley, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And I figured I'd share that with you. So, without further ado, here you go. Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Not much, but from you, it sounds like a whole lot.
You hear my
Like,
daughter or something?
no, nah, man. Like,
Oh,
you've been, I mean, you just been busy. You've been doing all sorts of filming and physical, like, workout type competitions, right? Or,
I completely forgot about that. Because it's so funny. Like, just to veer off for a sec. Because like when you doing film or whatnot, and because I had to tell a friend of mine because we did a project together, and he's not an actor, and I'm so accustomed to like you do a project and then you just move on to the next one because the you're not going to get that instant gratification on the one that you just finished because they need to edit it and all this stuff. But yes, I did. I won a physique contest. Won my pro card. So basically, I trained to look like a superhero off the pages of a comic book, which was it was shoot just to be full transparent. I'm like I entered it, didn't know if whether or not I was going to win. I was fully committed, and I stuck to it. I did my thing. I just wish I had more footage to show y'all because it like what was supposed to what I rehearsed didn't necessarily unfold, but I I may do it what I could on the spot, and the crowd loved it. So I'm just like, all right, let's get it. But yes, I did. I was like, yeah.
well, congratulations. That sounds pretty awesome. And with a physique like that, you'd probably look pretty good in the spandex, right? Oh, when are you gonna range her up, man?
What to? Our boy Jim. I don't. You know what? Speaking of which, because I was thinking about this earlier. Did you know that Jim and I we did um a Power Ranger fan film?
No,
We it was basically what I say it's my first like I it's not it isn't any dialogue. I gotta send you a link to it, but there isn't any dialogue. But I I directed it and I was in it and I played with the mythos, and so we basically are Mighty Morphin, but I play TJ in it. We're older Rangers,
yeah.
Billy, but I mix and match a little bit with a few of the other Rangers and not the original Mighty Morphin. So it's just
That's
and I
cool.
some of the one Sentai to fill in um for one of the Rangers, which was interesting. But yeah, I had Jim. Jim did his thing, and we just to watch it not to build it up too much, but we're not in suits because I didn't have a suit. Jim has a suit. He has plenty of suits. And I thought maybe we could do something where it's just like the old Saban switcheroo where like the American actors and then you switch to the Japanese footage and you can clearly see like the body types are different. And I thought something to that effect of maybe Jim doubling me. Um, but I think I do need a suit. I would love to have a Green Ranger suit. That is my favorite Ranger of all. It's my favorite color. I love dragons.
I think green would look good on you, man. I think it would. And for those that don't know, the Jim that we're talking about is our good friend Jim Kelly. He is not just a cosplayer, but a suit actor. He did performance suit in Power Rangers Unworthy, um, and and he's also been in Stranger Things. stuff like that. I mean,
Um, which scene? I didn't see the. I think I saw a
so
post.
so he was in two scenes. One of them was in the later episodes, in like I guess the second part of the fourth season,
Okay.
and he I believe was like a security guard or something like that. So it was really quick. He was supposed to have more of a speaking role where it was credited, but
Oh.
unfortunately that didn't happen. But the first time was in episode 6 when they were in that town hall meeting. He was standing up in the back.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I gotta look at that again. It
yeah.
was the guy that says like when he stands up and he's about to leave and he's just like, "What are y'all still standing around for?" I mean, not standing around, sit down for. And then little by little they come out.
Yeah, yeah, you'll see him in the back. Actually, it was kind of fun because my wife was watching with me and she knows Jim, and she was like looking for him because I told her like, okay, episode 6, all right, and then she's like, okay, where are you, Jim? Where are you? Hi, Jim. And it was hilarious.
Oh, but
So Jim, if you're watching this, we love you, man.
we got to work together and do some more Power Ranger stuff. But also,
Yeah.
for those that, um, well, there's three Jim Kellys. There's three Jim Kellys because it was so funny. We were having a conversation. You when you mentioned Jim, and my mind so went to the station actor Jim Kelly from Enter the Dragon. Those that know, not the football player, because I found out about the football player later because I knew about Jim the actor, and then I later met Jim Kelly, our buddy Jim. So
Yeah. It's amazing where our minds go. So also talking about busy, man, you've been around some cons, man. Like you've been around quite a few. I mean, especially like a lot with MomoCon, right? Like you've
right.
been doing MomoCon for like the past few years, right?
Yes. Two. Is it two? Because I'm, because they recently had Winterfest with their what Renee Cooper. The Winterfest, the official, because she said it was the official Winterfest convention because it's normally a MomoCon adjacent, which is always set up around the ice ring and having this winter wonderland type of feel. And so this year it was official. Basically, Winterfest is a smaller version of MomoCon, and so I had the pleasure of being press and coming to interview the guests that year, which was totally awesome. Appreciate you, Renee. And this year we're MomoCon, which was awesome. I didn't had I had scheduling issues this year, which was that affected MomoCon and also affected Ranger Stop and Pop, which again one day for each convention. I was just, oh.
Yeah, I know that's pretty killer. I mean, and speaking of Ranger Stop and Pop, that's actually where we met last year. Was in the press room,
Right.
and Uh, that was actually my first time doing press, but I mean, you've been doing press for conventions for quite a while, right?
Yes, I have actually. I don't really think it's so funny. I don't because it's almost because it's still the more or less the same mindset of going to the convention and experiencing it and like when you have your camera and all that. But it just switched more so because it's just like, well, my main focus is the press room, making sure that I get the interviews, interview the guests, and secondary experiencing the convention, which I would love to do because like this year for MomoCon, I went for press and I cosplayed, which was like I was not comfortable because it was a situation where like a buddy of mine, she's a cosplayer, Irene, and she coined the phrase like con comfortable, and so I wore
Mm-hmm.
a gender bent storm costume to MomoCon, and so it was just like, all right, I'm in this. It more not superhero suit Storm, but basically Storm when she's teaching Casual Friday, and I had the
Okay.
University X Mansion shirt on. But I had the contacts in, and it was the first time in a long time wearing the contacts, and they were just like, "Oh, my eyes are watering. It's hot," and I have to focus and do the interviews and all that. I'm just like,
Oh my goodness, that had to have been tough.
uh, I powered through. It was not comfortable, but I think I looked good. I think the people that saw me were appreciative or whatnot. But
Would you say that those interviews were electrifying?
y-
Because you're Storm. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
I um and I did just to add on. I did interview Phil Lamar, who was the voice of Stat, which was totally awesome.
Yeah. I actually watched that interview. That was really good. And link in the description down below, people. Go check it out.
Hmm. Um, man.
So
So
how did you get started in doing press?
um I what happened? I was with another YouTube channel at the time, and before I basically switched to mine, and so there was I think it was funny that the situation is that I normally go to Anime Weekend Atlanta. It's been a while since I've been to Anime Weekend Atlanta, and during that time, the buzz about MomoCon was building, and I remember a representative coming, and she was representing MomoCon, and I never went to MomoCon, but I'm trying to remember how I found out about the press side of it, and I represented the other channel, and I went, and it just from there I'm just like, oh man, so I'm just gonna go to this convention if I'm not promoting other films or whatnot, because I'm trying to think if it was Epicon that I wasn't pressed, but I was promoting a film there. But no, MomoCon was the jump off. Love MomoCon. MomoCon is awesome. I'm very spoiled because of them. And so when I go and I'm just adjusting for the slight differences, but I love and my love for Ranger Stop, which was totally awesome. It's like, man, I'm just like, I love this. The press getting to meet the guests and still kind of be a fanboy at the same time, but still be professional. Got to be professional. I want.
So you mentioned differences. So I mean, as you go to different cons and like, is the press experience really that different in the different cons?
Well, it kind of was the same. Uh, well, it was a little okay. So with MomoCon, they're set up in the press box, and the press box is the setup, because you can see the con floor behind the guests, and it's set up to be more of a intimate setting, and so we're talking to the guests and all this and that, and with last year's Ranger Stop, which was set up like a press conference, MomoCon kind of did the same thing, which was a mix of that along with the press box. So it wasn't as intimate, but still had a press room feel. And I think they're going to adjust again, because it was different for this year's Ranger Stop. And Ranger Stop, that setup was more of a from what I recall, more set up like a panel versus the press conference. So it's like a mix of the press conference and panel at the same time, which was
Yeah.
cool. So, but again, I was scheduling issues, and so missed that experience, but managed to get an interview or two on so I was just like I was in the crowd yeah, amongst the people, and so on the spot getting this interview with the all that stars. So that
Yeah,
was
that was cool. That was really cool. And both of them seem like some really cool people too.
they were.
As far as and so you had mentioned that that there was a little bit of a different feel in the way things were last year as opposed to this year. You said that it was kind of like a combination of a panel and press. Uh, and what do you think made the difference?
Um, be they switched because I realized that I don't think I realized prior to that the convention was switched back to the original hotel. Uh, um, was it the Hilton? Was it the Hilton? We were at the Hilton, right?
The Sheraton.
Sheraton. Thank you. I'm like,
Yeah.
because the second one was at another hotel, and
Yeah.
we had that feel of the press conference. So that was the first time, and their first time actually having a press room, because first,
Mhm.
like, all right, we have our con floor, the dealer's room, and so when I got there, the first one, basically having to cherry pick because I didn't know how much time I had. I had to be aware of the guests and the days and the times, and it was just like, all right, well, I need to get them, and definitely trying to get the founders of Ranger Stop. I gotta get your interviews, and so I errands until the last day. But I'm like, all right, well, okay, let me plan of attack. I'm like, I'm gonna get him, and then her, and then back and forth. And so it was basically a buffet. And I had the opportunity. It's just it was just trying to figure out, since I couldn't really just go down the line um for his timing and all that. So it's like that's part of the reason why I missed certain interviews. But
Yeah.
it was an experience for the first one. Second one definitely had the blocks, and it was quite interesting due to the fact that it was their first time having the press room, that we kind of got some impromptu interviews. And
Yeah, that was nice.
right, there's one like, you're not scheduled, but since you're here, why not?
Right? I loved when we did had the one with Deborah. Like that was like so nice, and she's just so warm. And I think the fact that it was kind of impromptu, I don't know, for some reason she just seemed a lot more relaxed.
Right. Well, I mean, she did mention um in the, was it Pink and Yellow? Or am I thinking the same? No, no, this is the same year. Okay. I So when the Pink and Yellow uh not I want it's not panel, the interview, she mentioned that her level of comfort was because it was so different from previous conventions. Besides the fact that it's her friends that convention, and so there was that level of comfort, but then also that the what was promised was definitely delivered ahead of time, and so it wasn't like, oh, like I gotta wait on this and wait on that, like everything that she needed, they were there for her. And so it's just like, oh well, she was a little reluctant, remembering that she said that she was a little reluctant in doing another convention,
Yeah.
but with this one definitely changed her mind. And so it's just like, well, she's coming again next year, so I'm like, welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty cool. So one thing that was kind of different for me this year was the fact that that this year I wasn't pressed. I was pressed last year, but this year I was asked to be the one of the videographers, or to be on the videography team, which ended up being me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. I was thinking that I was gonna have a little more time on my hands, but I mean, uh, good for Julian. I'm really glad that he was able to get that nice job and everything. He was the one that did the video the previous years, and so like this year going in, uh it was a little frantic, but at the same time too, like a really cool different experience for me, in that like um I don't know. It seemed like everybody was way more comfortable with me because I was part of the staff, part of the team, and they really did a great job of welcoming me and making me feel a part of the family. Mikey, Karen, Nakia were awesome, but also like getting to work with Dana, um, and and uh, man, um Lester, and like a lot of the people that were actually like staff for the con, as well as like a lot of the handlers and volunteers and things like that.
Hmm.
uh I was able to make friendships in a different way. I was able to interact with a lot of the guests in a different way. um and it was kind of nice because like there were a few times where like so basically what I did first of all was I went to each of them and said, "Hi, my name is Chris. I'm on the videography team for Ranger Stop and Pop. I'm just gonna be around, shoving a camera in your face periodically. Don't mind me." And
Fuck, I'm not
uh,
doing
yeah, and then if you need anything, let me know. I'm happy to help. And a bunch of them didn't really take me up on it. They were almost like sheepish about it. But then like Chance, he every time I came around, man, he had something. Hey Chris, would you mind taking this picture for us? Yeah, sure. All right, let me set my camera down. All right, cheese. It's morphin' time. and and the more that others saw me doing that, the more they started asking. I mean, I was able to have some great interactions with Selwyn Ward, which oddly enough, I did Selwyn's official website back in 1997. I'm dating myself a little bit. So like back in 1997, I did his official website, and he actually remembered that. He's like, "Wait, you're that Chris?"
Oh,
and it was it was pretty amazing actually.
right.
And he was like really personable about that. It was like great interactions overall.
I saw him when I got there, seeing you in passing, and then I'm seeing how you're being a little frantic, having the show to the other. I saw Selwyn in passing, passing the press room. So I was hoping that he would make his way in, but I'm like, man, I missed that interview. Oh,
I
uh,
know. Ah. I mean,
I
I'm hoping that he'll be back. I hope that he'll be
that.
more of a regular. Actually, something else that was kind of funny was I was hanging out with Jim and a few other people in the lobby area, and Selwyn just walks in, and I see him pass, and I just start like looking over to the side. I'm like, "Selwyn Ward," and then he stops, turns around, smiles, and he's like, "Come on, come on." And then I'm like, "Really? Come on." And I have to finish the rest of the song. And then he winks, and then like he's like, "Yeah." And then he takes off.
Is a song on his um
On his
uh,
interview with Andre, Black Nerd Comedy, the little sketch that they did.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
and
started I started singing that as he's the Selwyn Ward, first black leader of the Power Rangers.
okay. Okay.
I was just, he was in such a hurry that I didn't think that he heard it. He about turns the corner right as I'm saying, "Selwyn," and then he's like coming back, and he's like, "Come on, finish, come on, come on," and then I finished it, and he's like, "Ding," and I'm, yeah, man.
Andre's funny.
Oh man, that was honestly, everybody should go see that sketch. It's hilarious. I told him, I was like, man, what you need is a Bluetooth speaker just playing that theme song on repeat, or every time you enter the room, just play that.
And Andre needs to come back.
Yeah,
He
he
needs,
does.
that was hilarious. Um, who did so you did his website, his first website.
Yes, his first website way back in the day. It was back in the day when like you had to type the code. It was like super simple HTML coding, and then I didn't even use Photoshop. I couldn't even afford Photoshop. My aunt bought me Paint Shop Pro, and like I was sitting there doing all the graphics on that. I had to save all the individual graphics and things like that on floppy disk drives. Like the old 3.5 inch
Right, right.
floppy disks. So like it was a very rudimentary site with not very many updates, but you know, I did it. I had his permission. I actually have an autograph from him talking about doing the site, and I hate the fact that I did not think to bring that autograph with me to reunite him with the picture that he signed for me back in 1997. Like, and that was our first time meeting in person, though. Was at Ranger Stop and Pop. So
Oh,
it was
oh,
crazy.
oh, wow. Okay.
So we communicated over the phone
Right.
back when you had like crazy long distance charges. So
Oh,
um
y'all weren't calling like after 9?
no, we didn't even this was even before the after 9 stuff. Like yeah, we didn't even have after hours calls that were cheaper.
Right.
So like I was sitting there like buying phone cards with a certain amount of minutes, calling him. He was calling me, that type of stuff. But like, I mean, we didn't communicate like a ton, just because there wasn't that many updates that needed to be done. I mean, like I initially started it off with like a red theme because he was a red Turbo Ranger, and then I changed it up to blue for in space, and then uh, uh, we just kind of fell out of contact after he, I guess, went into the regular workforce.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, yeah, it was pretty wild. I was so excited to get to finally meet him, and he was super excited. He really spent some good time with Ridian, and that was one of the things that I another thing that I thought was really cool and really unique about uh, this convention as well. I mean, staying at the hotel, I ran into the Rangers like all the time. Like I shared the same floor with Jazz and Steve Cardenas um and I ran into them in the elevator like regularly, and that was pretty cool. But like the thing that I loved was the interactions that a lot of them had. I mean, I've got a picture of my son wearing Justin Nemo's helmet. Like he didn't just let him hold the helmet; he let him put it on, and I was like, "What's it like in there?" So asking my son, "What's it like?" I felt like a Power Ranger, but what's it like?
That that's fun. Man, speaking of Steve, when I first met Steve at Epicon, and I was at his booth, and I got a picture with him, and he was just like, like hold your hands out like this, and I'm like, okay, and then he puts his helmet in my hands, And
Yeah.
oh wow, and we took a picture together. Like, oh, this is wild. I'm like, I like it. I like it. I like.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And so what other conventions do you have planned coming up?
Um. Uh. What's next? Because there's a convention that's supposed to be this weekend. I can't do it. Scheduling issues. I don't know. I mean, I could say Dragon Con, but I don't think if I go, it's not going to be at least not in press capacity. But
Me either.
uh, it, I
Which
might.
we got to
Not,
meet up at Dragon Con, man.
you know,
We've got to.
that's a possibility. Um, what else is there? It's been a minute since I've been to Jekyll Comic Con. Oh wait. Shoot. Anime Weekend Atlanta. That I think I might be going to that one as press. That's still pending. Uh,
Nice.
so it's just I like you said. I mean, when I think about it, I have a lot of plates that I'm trying to keep spinning. Uh, so we're gonna see about that. Because while I'm thinking about it, because because I'm supposed to be teaching my real fight choreography class for Clayton State University. I'm just trying to keep things going, get things done. We need to link up and do some more stuff. So yeah, I've been really itching. I gotta see again. I gotta send you the link to the Power Ranger short. Um, there's a cliffhanger, and so I've been really interested in try maybe doing a continuation. Linking back up with Jim, filling in some gaps. I would need a suit. I need a suit. But
Yeah, you do.
thing is, because I was in the process of upgrading my Black Panther suit, but another project that I can't say too much about at the moment. Um, we're in the process of trying to get that off the ground. And so original stuff, I need to I'm so bad. I think right now I just need to read the source material that I have in order for us to figure out the direction that we're gonna go with it. But I really want to jump into it. It's just like there's so much stuff that uh um but I really want that Black Panther suit. You have no idea. Man, and then with the okay, I'm about to go off on a tangent for a second.
Yeah, I was about to go there too, and I'm just like, oh no, that's gonna turn into like a
Like
whole nother conversation.
you
It's gonna
know,
take forever.
it
Oh,
would. I was like, I can't. But I really wanted to do that. But the same person that was supposed to make the suit, we're chatting about collabing on the other superhero related project, which I'm just like, oh man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff.
yeah. So, uh, dude, it's been awesome chatting as always. Um, where can people find you?
I mean, if you just Google Carnell Holley, I pop up. I always say that. Just look for this face. But um, look for me on the YouTube channel. That's primarily where I'm putting the bulk of the content or whatnot. But I'm on social media, TikTok, Carnell Holley, more comedic stuff, pieces, teasers from the YouTube. I mean, you can follow me on IG. It's like I'm there. Carnell Holley Pictures. Um, well, Carnell Holley Pictures, and then the other one is Mad Dragon 2000. But that is this guy.
And links to all these will be in the description down below, so everybody make sure to check it out. Thanks again, man. It's been
And
fun chatting with you and reminiscing.
but what like because we you were so busy at the convention, and so we didn't get a chance to chat it up too much. But just rehashing from the previous year, this year, and things. Oh, I mean, I know it's still in the air. It's in the air for me whether or not we'll be able to go to Ranger Stop Orlando, um, which would be cool. Mikey did mention that he's giving me the green light, so I have to put out the promotional stuff for people that can win passes for Ranger Stop Orlando.
Oh man, and it's gonna be so cool too with Turtle Stop being a part of it. Uh, like,
I didn't know Nash was. I was today years old when I found out Nash was the super shredder. I'm like,
right?
no, like this is wasn't common knowledge for me. It was just like, oh, okay, um, I can see it, but I did not know that was him, which was cool. So
Yeah, but dude, we definitely got to get together in person and chat it up in person, hang out, especially when we're not running around like chickens with their heads cut off. But once again, totally awesome chatting with you, and I'll catch up with you later.
yes, sir.
Whoo, wow, man, like it's always a good time with Carnell. Dude, you're a class act for real. If you guys haven't checked him out yet already, go check out his socials. The man is constantly doing stuff. He does some really great interviews. He's definitely worth a look. So all his information is down in the description down below. Well, that's gonna wrap things up for this episode of Geek Done Right. Hey, so would you want to have a conversation with me? What would we talk about? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's talk about it. And please make sure to smash that like button. It really makes me smile and it helps me know that you like what I'm putting out. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you can know when new episodes are coming, because they are coming. And be ready for those episodes from Geek Done Right. Until next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.